I'm not a believer in Plan B. I am a Plan A girl all the way. My feeling about Plan B is if you have one, you're very likely to fall back on it if things don't work out from the very beginning. You know, it's funny, a lot of national chains will have Plan B for concepts. So they'll open up a restaurant that has an Italian theme, but the architecture is done so that if Plan A, the Italian restaurant, doesn't work, they can really quickly switch it and go to Plan B, which is the Mexican restaurant or whatever it is, or Plan C, the Mediterranean restaurant. I've never done that. I've always said, nope, this is going to happen and I'm going to make it work. And if it means that I have to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that's what I'll do to make it work, and that is what we do. Every time I go into a restaurant, I enter the restaurant the way a customer enters the restaurant. And I do that on purpose. It's really easy to just go in the back door, say hello to kitchen guys, go to a meeting, go to an office, something like that. That's never how I've liked to enter the restaurant. I think it's important to see from the parking lot, down the sidewalk, into the front door, into the greeting area, etc., what a customer sees, what a customer feels. It's really interesting. We went to a seminar that was taught by Brad Stevens, the coach at Butler. And during one of his talks, he held up two companies' guiding principles, mission statements. And the mission statements were almost identical. They talked about, you know, respect for fellow workers, respect for the community, all the things that people say that are very politically correct right now. One of the company's mission statement, one of the company was Eli Lilly, a company that we all know from living in Indianapolis really breathes and lives by their mission statement. The other company was Enron. I mean, the difference is that everyone can say that they want to treat people with respect. Everyone can say that they want to source locally as much as possible. Everyone can say they want to be green. It's what you do, actually, that makes the difference. Thinking of a master plan is really, has been our mantra. Thinking of a master plan, to me, I don't care what business you're in or what profession you're in, what business you're in, or even what you want for your family on a personal note, if you don't have a plan, it's very unlikely that anything special is going to occur. And, you know, that occurred to me many, many years ago. I've always been a bit of a planner. I like to create 3-year and 5-year plans. I like to know where I'm going to be in the future. I really don't think that you can just let life take its course and you don't have any input in it. I think we all have a lot of input in where we want to end up. I like small footprints. I think that they have a scale of intimacy that you're not going to find in anything large. They're also very manageable from a people perspective, and they're manageable from an economic perspective in terms of when you build them out. You know, large restaurants take a lot of dollars, and I've never been one of those people who had so much money that I could throw a ton of money into a restaurant. We are not afraid of change, and that we really embrace change. In fact, it's one of our underlying components that makes us, that I think has really made us successful. We don't get stuck in ruts. We, just because we think that what we've done today is really good, does not mean that it will work in a year, that's standard, it changes all the time. We are always pushing ourselves a little more every day, and that really kind of defines, to me, it's one of the most important aspects of the cafes. In all honesty, I can tell you this, I'm not the greediest person on the face of the earth. If I were the greediest person, we probably would have considered franchising. We probably would have considered, we get lots of requests for investment opportunities. You know, people want to invest in the company. Lots of venture people come to us, and they're very sincere as to what they can do to grow my business. The problem is that they want to grow the business in a way that does not adhere to our vision and our principles. They have to dumb down everything we do. What we do is complicated. It looks simple. We want it to look simple for our customers, but making food the right way with the right ingredients from scratch and getting it to the cafes is a complicated system. And they mostly, investors see all sorts of ways that they can cut costs. It's complicated. Every time you complicate a process, you add dollars to the process, right? So it's not the cheapest way to do things. It's what we consider the only way to do things.